We have reports of people being asked to pay cash for medically necessary medications. We have beef packing plants closing and suspicious grass fires. We have produce disappearing and another spy balloon, not in the sky, but in the water. We got that and a whole bunch more reports coming from you guys from around the world. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates. These are the updates coming from people from all over the place to let us know what's going on in the world, to keep us most informed people in these troubled times. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They help people get their retirements into something safe, like physical metals, physical gold, physical silver, and they are a fantastic group of people, and they are very trustworthy. I've been blown away by how much good praise you guys have been heaping upon them for the past year and a half. So if you're looking for someone you can ask some questions of, Jonathan and his team would love to answer your questions about what you can do with your IRA. There'll be a link at the end of the video. All right, so a balloon, a spy balloon, very similar to the one last year, was found, like I said, not in the sky, but in the water. Off the coast of Alaska, fishermen snagged something big. Turns out it was not just the balloon, but it was also the spy equipment underneath of it. And so this is going to be heading over to the FBI in Quantico to look into this and tear it apart, and then somehow tell us how it's Trump's fault. That's what the FBI does, right? All they do is go after their political opponents. But this is very troubling, that not only have there been other spy attempts over the United States, but this is evidence of yet another one. No word yet on how long it has been in the water. We have a bulk carrier, Rubimar, has now sunk. This was hit by 2 missiles last month. It's been left adrift, slowly sinking. It has now gone underwater. 41,000 tons of fertilizer, and that is not good for the ecology. That's not supposed to be in the water. Yesterday, also, this is being missed in the news. Yesterday, another cargo ship was hit by missiles off the coast of Yemen again. And this ship was abandoned by the crew because very similar to the Rubimar. Whether it's by fire or not, we're not getting any specific details, but the military has gone in and has extracted the crew from that ship, and they have dropped anchor so that it remains in place. Che, who won the Opus 1800 giveaway power unit, just wrote this in an email. Our power has been out since 9:30 a.m. Our Opus 1800 power station is in full effect. And I emailed back as asking, it's an awesome feeling, isn't it? To have essentially when the power goes out, for you to be able to have resources, to be prepared. It's an amazing feeling. And they reply back, yeah, it is. Mini Homestead Cooking says, my brother-in-law has to pay over $6,000 a month now for Humira, I guess. It's a medication. He has to pay cash right now to get the next month. The insurance company says that they will reimburse him. Up to this point, insurance companies have inflated the sticker price of services as well as medications so that they can then pretend to offer discounts. And while dishonest, it hasn't really been a negative impact too much to people, though certain people have been bit by this because being forced to pay the full face value. But the idea is, well, that's not really the price. Well, friends, now it's directly hurting people because with the insurance companies not being able to be contacted, not having this verified, people are now being forced to shell out thousands of dollars for pills that at most could be $100 pills. Now, I understand some medications took a lot of research to develop and all that kind of stuff like that. But still, when you take $100 pills and you say that they're $1,000 pills, and then you force people to pay it when your system doesn't work, when there's people on the streets with their torches and pitchforks, and these folks are wondering why in the world people are so upset, It's stuff like this. You play your games and meddle with people's lives, and then when things kind of go a little squirrely, guess who gets to pay the price? The little people. And I say that, little people, as in their perspective of everyone. Everyone's the same in the sight of God. And for you to do things that are damaging and harmful to thousands and thousands and millions of people just to increase your bottom line is disgusting. And there is a reckoning coming. There is a reckoning coming. Tina says, my daughter is an RN in Savannah, Georgia. She said that they are short-staffed, and she just finished a 6-day stretch. Now, oftentimes, they work longer hours than a regular typical workday, right? They called her yesterday to see if she could pull off a 7th day. She said no. The travel nurses' contracts will not be renewed because the hospitals don't have the COVID money anymore, and so hospital staff is going to be even worse off very soon. Rebel Edge says there is some major hacking going on. I live in a small town in Kentucky and lost internet and cable Monday night through Spectrum. Down for a total of over 36 hours. Finally got everything up and running around 3 p.m. Wednesday. Technicians said that they had no idea what's going on or what they're going to do about it. No Hill says, I live in Wyoming. We had 2 large grass fires last week. One in the southeast corner, one in the northeast corner, approximately 12 hours apart. It was an extremely windy day. Both fires were started in the medians of interstate highways. Both were extinguished. The fire near Cheyenne in the southeast took several hours to extinguish and threatened several rural buildings. There was one minor injury to a firefighter during the fire in the southeast. Seems a bit suspicious to me. And when you dig into the fires that happen out west, oftentimes, especially in California and some of these other places, what they find is that these are intentional arson attacks. There have been a whole bunch of people that have been told that due to the weather getting warmer, that this is going to increase fires. And then we see some of these people that have been brainwashed so heavily about this stuff go out there and try to make it happen by setting those fires. In other countries, we see a lot of the wildfires are set intentionally by people who are doing so maliciously. Debbie says, Northern Nevada, starting to see too many empty shelves in the produce section, but just big empty tables. They had fresh stir-fry vegetables, but only 1 bag left in the refrigerator, and I got it. Produce is disappearing, and, you know, Nevada is supposed to be, I mean, it's close to California, down in the desert, that's where they grow a lot of stuff, plus some of the produce that comes up from Mexico. Nevada should not be short on produce. So if they're short there, we may be seeing a lot more shortages up in where I am, up in the Northeast, and it may be spreading across the country. Let us know what you guys are seeing with your produce sections. Please do keep your updates coming. If you have something to report, use the word update somewhere in your comment on any one of the videos on this channel that gets us to the right place. Just also has that word update in there somewhere. And give us some sort of geographical location. Derek says, Johnstown, Pennsylvania. We went for our daughter's medication and had a hard time at our local Rite Aid and got a runaround. They said the insurance needed prior authorization to process. She only has a day's supply left, and it would take 10 days to prior authorize. And no prior, they never made a call. The pharmacy did not make a call. Or the insurance company, nothing. Nobody told them that this is a new policy or something like that. I'm not a big fan of Rite Aid to begin with, but her meds are critical to her, and they seem not to care. I could have paid out of pocket for it at the price of $1,200 for a 30-day supply. Again, we're talking about pills here, right? Pills that did not cost them more than $100 to produce. Now, once again, I understand the sunk costs of research and all that kind of stuff, and they need to recoup that. But we're talking about drastically inflated prices that are there to just bludgeon you into buying insurance so they can give you these fake discounts. But the insurance had to, but even with $1,200 for 30 days, the insurance had to see her first, and that would have taken more than 30 days for them to determine. Which is just, we're finding that we're bent over a barrel because they've created these convoluted systems and all these rules and layers of bureaucracy upon something that should be very straightforward. You need these pills. Your doctor approves it because we don't want medication going out to just random people, okay? And we want to make sure that the pills are not going to conflict with something else that you're having, okay? So we get a prescription. You get your prescription, and you're supposed to just be able to go buy the pills. But you can't do that anymore. You can't do that anymore. Jill says, Steve, I've been having trouble with my Walmart Straight Talk phone for a month now. It wants to shut off my service when making a call and tells me to continue my call on Wi-Fi. Unicorn Purple says, in mid-Massachusetts, post offices will only have a counter now for stamps because the distribution center in Framingham will be taking a major distribution center or company in Framingham will take over packages. So more is being privatized. Learning Functioning says, I'm in upstate New York. My dentist is going to close, so I had to look for a new one. I had to call 10 different dentist offices to find one that is taking new patients. 10. And only one of them accepting new patients. I think all the dentists in New York are like, I'm moving somewhere else. The backstory says, rural Northern California. Yep, my left arm is numb. Saw the orthopedic doctor who said I needed to see another orthopedic doctor. Next appointment, 4 months out. I waited 2 months for this first appointment, so 6 months just to get this looked at. Haven't been able to fill my Adderall since November 2023. In January, the doctor changed my prescription to another medication that is more available. But the pharmacy said that they had it, but my insurance had put a hold on it. Just got a letter in the mail from my insurance that the new medication is not covered in 2024. Have to see a doctor about getting another prescription, so called for an appointment, and it's going to be another 2.5 month wait. So no prescription for 6 months, assuming I can even get a prescription that's in stock that's covered by insurance. At what point is everyone going to get the pitchforks out, right? I don't know if you guys have been seeing some of those videos coming out of Europe about the farmers basically spraying the police down with manure and other stuff out on the streets and moving the barricades with their tractors and the big concrete barricades and just absolutely just trashing the downtown areas of some of these cities because they're so upset with what's going on with their government. And I saw a comment just the other day just about how people, just keep underscoring people being polite to the pharmacists. It's not their fault that they're in the situation. And part of me was there like, well, yeah, of course, we need to be polite to each other and everything like that. But another part of me just said, at what point are we making it easy for these companies by being polite about these things, right? At what point does us taking it and smiling and being understanding of the people who are on the front line, at what point does that mean that we're basically just complying with the system as it is? If we don't push back at all, and I don't know the answer to that. If you push back in an unreasonable way against pharmacists and everything like that, they're going to want to quit their jobs. And that's not good for them. But the simple fact is these drug companies, insurance companies, and all these others, they're hiding behind these pharmacy staff. You know, that's like saying that the American soldiers that went to France in the 1940s should have been polite and nice to the soldiers there, because, you know, it's not really their fault, and you know, they're just being told to be there. I mean, you'd say, like, that's absurd, Steve. That doesn't make any sense. But yet, isn't that really kind of the same thing? When people are working for these corporations, they're doing that. And I understand they have no part in the decision-making process. But these people in these corporations are so insulated from this that, and we treat the frontline people so politely and nicely. I understand a lot of people don't, okay? But that's a genuine question out to you guys. At what point does us going along and being understanding of things really just play into the hand of the people who are just strip mining our systems? Wannabe says, a hospital in Nacogdoches, Texas, I don't know if I butchered that, but there's just way too many consonants and vowels in that, formerly Memorial Hospital, is probably going to close their doors soon. It has been the best care facility in 2 counties, but has been going downhill for about 7 years now, from winning awards for these different departments and everything like that, to letting go doctors and nurses due to poor management. My wife has worked there for 24 years and is sending out resumes for the first time since then. Previous management and current management don't care about the employees or the healthcare needs of the surrounding communities. It is very real. And Charles says, Missouri beef producer plant says in southwest Missouri is to close. 355 jobs will be lost. They process beef primarily. Not good. Another one bites the dust due to business issues. All right, friends, please do keep your reports coming in. It's super helpful and keeps everyone really well informed. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold, from Jonathan and his team, there's a link right there. Or if you want to check out another video from the channel, there's one right up there. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report.